Hello again. Thanks for tuning in to Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Today we're having chapters 6 through 10 of The Green Hornet Strikes Again. This is one of my favorite Green Hornets. Warren Hall played the Green Hornet in this. The reason why he replaced the other gentleman that first did the first serial is because of his performance as the Spider. Now, the Spider was a pulp hero back in the 1930s and 40s. 118 published stories about him. They actually reprint them today, nowadays. So you can catch the Spider. You can skip the first two. They're kind of watered down. After that, it's full throttle with these. Even today, we have Will Murray, who publishes New Adventures of Doc Savage, Tarzan, King Kong, and the Shadow, started doing the Spider again. This is his first novel. If you look towards the front of the book, underneath acknowledgments, you'll find my name in there. I was lucky enough to help him out with some of the proofreading on this book. He thanked me on that page, and at about page 64 he kills me off. So much for my pulp adventures with the Spider. But I will return, trust me. Now off to chapters 6 through 10 of The Green Hornet Strikes Again. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
All these cases contain explosives?
Yeah, there's tons of grenades and shells.
Where does that door lead to?
Well, that leads to the basement. There's nothing down there. There's one of our planes making a landing now. You better get out of here while you can. Stop the bomb!
That explosion was directly north of here. Let's travel. morning, Reed.
Morning, Bud. Good morning.
Good morning.
Say, come in the office, all of you. I want to talk to you.
Did you read my story about the bomb warehouse, boss?
Who gave you authority to say that place was bombed from the air?
Well, I checked with a man who lives about 2 miles from the place. He claims he saw an airplane circling around there just before the explosion.
Well, if that's true, it's a pretty serious situation. By the way, where did you get the information that the Green Hornet was there?
Oh, just a wild theory of the police.
Oh, sure, Lowry's wrong about that. The police told me that when they got there right after the explosion, they heard the Hornet's car pulling away.
Here we go again. Expert in the Green Hornet.
And why should I not suspect him? Sure he's mixed up with every devilish thing that happens in the city?
Well, I haven't changed my opinion of the Hornet. I still think that he's a public-spirited citizen, risking his life to help make this city a better place to live in.
Oh, Casey, sure, you try me patience. If he is, why doesn't he come in and identify himself and work with the police?
And get himself arrested.
They'll catch up with him someday.
And discover that he's a modern Robin Hood.
Or a clever racketeer.
Sure, and I'm believing that's just what he is.
All right, Michael. Right now, I have a job for you.
Oh, that's fine.
And Lowry.
What is it?
We've got to find out what that warehouse was used for. I want you fellas to go out there and search the wreckage of the place thoroughly.
Well, leave it to us. We won't pass up a thing.
In the meantime, I'll try to find out who owned and operated it.
Yes, sir.
You know, Case, that explosion may be part of a widespread plot. It's up to us to find out.
Yes, sir.
What's the matter with you and your men, Tower? Between the Green Hornet, Britt Reed, and his newspapers, they're making monkeys out of all of you.
Listen, Chief, I'll admit the Green Hornet has outsmarted us at every turn.
He certainly has. And we still don't know how much he's found out about the warehouse.
I sent Dolan and DeLuca over there to destroy any evidence that they could find in the wreckage that would give the police a clue. They should have been back long ago. What held you up?
Oh, we had a run-in with a couple of Britt Reed's reporters. They got away with some broken rifles and were trying to get away with this box they found in the ruins.
Well, why didn't you get away with them?
Oh, we would have if the police hadn't interfered.
It's a good thing they didn't get away with this box.
What's in it?
Invoices from the Grimbolt steel plant.
You don't think those reporters found anything from those broken rifles, do you?
Certainly not. Why do you suppose I had this stuff made without serial numbers or manufacturers' names?
It'd be tough to have an investigation of the Grimbold plant now.
If they did, it would cripple the greatest racket that was ever thought of. That is, if Weaver's invention is a success.
You're right. Every nation in the world will be bidding for it, including this one.
They won't have a chance to bid for it. I've already closed a deal at my own terms.
You don't mean to say that you're not going to give this country a chance to get in on it?
Why do you think I've been guarding Weaver's invention with such secrecy?
I understand. When's you going to be ready for a test?
Some night this week. Yes?
This is Manning at the Grimbold.
Go ahead, Manning.
Listen, Krogan, we just had another accident. An electrician named Carter killed. I'm telling you again, this stuff of Weaver's is too dangerous to handle.
I know it's dangerous, but we've got to proceed. Report Carter's death in the usual way and send some flowers at the funeral.
Well, they're sure knocking him over in that lab. 2 chemists and 3 electricians.
It's got me worried. I don't want anybody to start asking embarrassing questions.
There aren't any clues here.
1 minute, please. This might lead to something.
Where did you find it?
Among the warehouse wreckage.
What is it?
What's a shipping tag from the Grimbold steel plant.
That's the place where they've been having so many fatal accidents lately.
You dig up all the information you can about the place.
Yes, sir.
There's Mrs. Carter outside, and she insists on seeing you.
Well, have her come right in. Now, go ahead and let me know as soon as you get that information on the Grimbold steel plant.
Yes, sir. Come on, kid. I'll give you another lesson.
Yes, sir. Well,
Mrs. Carter.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Won't you be seated?
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
Mr. Reed, you and your paper have helped bring to light so many terrible conditions in town. Well, I thought there was something you ought to know.
Well, concerning what, Mrs. Carter?
It's about the Grimbold steel mills.
Oh,
do you know anything about it?
only that they've had several fatal accidents there recently.
Yes. My husband was just killed there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Carter.
I didn't want him to take the job because he wasn't a steel worker. They offered him such high wages he couldn't refuse.
You say he wasn't a steel worker?
No, he was an electrician. They were using him in some kind of a laboratory on experiments.
Electrical laboratory. You may depend upon it that I'll do all I can to help.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you for coming, Mrs. Carter. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Reed.
Did you get the information?
Yes, sir. The Grimble plant shut down for 6 months due to financial troubles. A man named Eldridge took it over for some syndicate. For the past few months, they've been operating at full blast.
War orders?
Looks that way.
Michael, check with all the leading engineering and construction firms. Find out what they know about Grimbold.
I'll do that right away. They'll probably tell us all we want to know.
Nothing. Anything for me, boss?
Yes, Lowry, you and I are going to drive out to the Grimbold plant.
I'm with you, boss.
Oh, I'm thinking I ought to go with you, boss.
We won't need you, pipsqueak. This is a man's job.
Now, see here. I'm gonna knock you loose one of the...
I'd like to see Mr. Eldridge. Will you tell him that it's Britt Reed, the Sentinel, and Mr. Lowry, one of his reporters?
I've said for Manning, you can tell him yourself. How are you, Manning?
Hey, Manning, there's been too many beefs about the accidents around here. You gotta clamp down.
Yeah? Who? Hold him there till I call you back. Britt Reed and a reporter outside. They want to see me.
What a break for me. Tell them to come in.
I'm going to call Krogan first and get his advice. Miss Eldridge. Britt Reed and a reporter here. Yeah, they want to see me.
Come to investigate the accidents we've been having, I suppose. Well, this is a chance we've been looking for. We've got to let them in, but as to Reed's getting out, well, that's up to you.
I understand. Well, Tower's here. He can handle it. All kinds of accidents can happen around a steel plant. Tower, here's your chance.
And will I use it?
You let Dolan handle the ladle crane. He knows how to operate it. Tower can give him the signals from the catwalk.
I got you, boss. I'll show Mr. Reed the operation of the open hearth.
That's it. Now place your men and come back to my office.
Weaver talking.
Listen, Weaver. Stop all work in your lab for the next half hour. Turn out all your lights.
All right, Mr. Eldridge.
Now let Mr. Reed and the reporter come in.
All right, Dolan. Get up in that crane cab. Send the man that's running it to my office.
Don't forget to watch for my signal. We can't afford to miss this time.
Come in, gentlemen. Mr. Reed, I'm glad for this opportunity to congratulate you on the splendid work your paper's been doing.
Thanks. This is Mr. Lowry.
How are you?
How do you do?
Won't you sit down, gentlemen? Come in.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Eldridge.
Well, all right. Come in, come in. I want you to meet Mr. Reed and Mr. Lowry of the Sentinel.
How do you do?
Mr. Manning, our superintendent.
How do you do?
I presume, Mr. Reed, the object of your visit is to look over the plant?
Yes. What particular product does your plant turn out?
Oh, steel rods, structural steel, aeroplane engine blocks, etc.
Are you manufacturing any arms or munitions?
Oh, not yet. But we're preparing to. I'm leaving for Europe tomorrow to meet my partners who are over there now, drumming up business.
You have a laboratory in connection with your mill, haven't you?
Yes, but it's closed just now.
You closed it because of the many fatal accidents you've been having?
Not exactly. Most of our accidents occur in the steel mills. You know, it's a very hazardous work.
Yes, I presume so.
I think it would be a very good idea if I were to show these gentlemen the kind of work we're doing in the open hearth.
Quite right. How about it, Mr. Reed?
I think that would be interesting.
All right, gentlemen. Those cars you see there are rolling into the charging buggy.
Now, what's the matter with that fellow?
He's got hot milk cramps, due to drinking too much water around these furnaces. He'll come out all right. Craig. They're charging an open heart.
Gee, thank goodness you're okay, boss.
You all right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Reed. I wouldn't have had this happen for the world. Sometimes these ladles slip. Our men are always on the lookout.
They have good reason to be. I don't think I'm in shape to do any more sightseeing today.
I can understand how you feel. Another day, perhaps we can take it up where we left off.
Thanks.
Look! That man's falling. Wait here, Reed. Pull that corner!
Another poor guy to be buried in a mold of steel.
How does a thing like that happen?
Hot milk cramps.
Do many men lose their lives that way?
Only a few new hands. Most of the accidents happen now in the lab.
The lab? Where's the lab?
Back of the building.
Come on, Lowry, let's take a look.
It's all locked up. The head chemist Weaver stopped working about a half an hour ago.
Does anyone work around here at night?
Only the watchman and a few workers tending the furnaces.
Thanks.
Hey, there's Eldridge. Looks like he and Manning are having a squabble.
I think I've seen about enough for today.
Me too. What do you think of the place, boss?
They ought to do something about safeguarding the men who work there.
Yeah, and the people who visit there, too, judging from the accident that almost got us.
That was no accident.
Say, you don't think that was an attempt on your life, do you?
I'm afraid it was. That fellow deliberately jumped by me to knock you in the clear.
Maybe you're right. But people do a lot of funny things when they get excited.
Manning wasn't excited.
Say, you know, I was...
Tonight, Cato, the Green Hornet's going to find out what they're making in that carefully guarded lab at the Grimble steel plant.
A laboratory in a steel mill shouldn't be chemoelectrical. Oh, your gas gun, Mr. Britt.
How does this look, Cato?
Looks good, Mr. Brett.
I'll go ahead. You follow at a distance.
Did you hear a shot? I heard something. Thought it might be backfire from one of our trucks coming in. Have Bill check up in the yard. Now we've got to move fast.
It's locked. Get busy.
Everything seemed okay in the yard. Did you see Pete? No, I think he was punching his round. Pete, what happened? What happened? Get some water, quick.
Stand up with your hands in the clear.
What do you want? Who are you? The Green Hornet.
Yes. Now answer my questions if you value your life. Are you in charge of this lab?
Yes. Yes, I'm the chief chemist here.
Why are there so many fatal accidents here? Speak up.
We're working with very dangerous chemicals.
What are you making?
I cannot tell you. I'm sworn to secrecy.
You are going to tell me. What are you making?
An anti-aircraft bomb.
Why should that work be so dangerous? Don't lie to me. Give me the details.
I can't tell you. It's a government secret.
What government? Answer me.
I can't tell you. They kill me.
What happened? What happened?
It's locked. Get busy.
Get some water, quick.
Stand up with your hands in the clear.
What do you want? Who are you? The Green Hornet.
Yes. Now answer my questions if you value your life. Are you in charge of this lab?
Yes. Yes, I'm the chief chemist here.
Why are there so many fatal accidents here? Speak up.
We're working with very dangerous chemicals.
What are you making?
I cannot tell you. I'm sworn to secrecy.
You are going to tell me. What are you making?
An anti-aircraft bomb.
Why should that work be so dangerous? Don't lie to me. Give me the details.
I can't tell you. It's a government secret.
What government? Answer me.
I can't tell you. They kill me.
Find the main switch and cut off the current. We can't get him out of here now.
Is he dead?
No, just badly shocked.
Where was that explosion? You got me. Unless it came from the lab.
That's it, the lab. You call the others.
The guard. We'd better go.
Just a minute. Weaver may be carrying something interesting. Weaver's notebook fully explains his invention, doesn't it?
Yes, Mr. Britt. The inventor itemized every detail of his anti-aircraft bomb. Supplied with these, our anti-aircraft defenses would be impregnable.
Yes, and in the enemy's hands, our attack would be highly ineffective, wouldn't it?
Absolutely ineffective, sir. The bomb works on the scientific principle of magnetic attraction. That means particles, highly magnetized, will automatically move with great speed toward metal.
Well, in other words, once the bomb explodes, the fragments would tend to find their own targets, which in this case would be the motors of the attacking planes. Is that right?
That is correct. And according to this, every airplane within 1,000 feet of the explosion will be hit.
That's very ingenious. Say, do you know anything about this Dr. Bedloe? His name is in the book.
Yes, he's an inventor and a very well-rated scientist.
Could he have been the man in the laboratory?
Absolutely not, sir. I know the doctor by sight and by reputation.
Still, he might be mixed up in this anti-aircraft bomb business.
I do not think so. He's a scientist, living entirely in a world of abstract thoughts.
Suppose you go to his place for some advice on one of your own inventions.
I'll be very glad to do so. I'll go this evening.
Good. You might find out something important about the identity of the inventor of the anti-aircraft bomb.
Think hard, Weaver. Was there anything else in that notebook the Hornet took from you beside the layout of that bomb?
You better come clean with us.
I've told you repeatedly there was nothing in that notebook except the electrical and chemical formula.
No names?
Here, or telephone numbers.
None except Dr. J.C. Bedloe's.
Bedloe's? Who's he?
Does he know anything about this bomb?
He knows all about it. I've been consulting with him privately, all the way through.
Holy cats!
Wait a minute. Wait till Manning hears of this.
Sit down, Weaver. We're not through with you yet.
Say, Weaver has a partner that's been working with him on that anti-aircraft bomb.
A partner? Then he must know all about the bomb. Who is he?
Dr. Bedloe. His name is in that notebook the Hornet took from Weaver.
We've got to get hold of him right away and stop him from talking.
I'll make that Weaver tell me where Bedloe lives.
Get Bedloe. Take him out to Foley's old house on the Fulton Road. Here's the key. Better take Dolan with you. I'll have someone else watch Weaver.
What's a good word? We got the anti-aircraft gun.
Good.
And the right type for the anti-aircraft bomb.
It's out where we're going to make our test?
No, it's still at the factory.
But you said you had it.
Now, look, this thing is risky. It takes a lot of figuring out.
I know all about that. What about our undercover man, Evans, at the factory?
He's done his job all right. Which was to let me know when the right type of guns were coming through and being delivered. Sent me word today.
And now it's up to us to pick one off. Is that it?
That's right. They're being delivered to the armory late this afternoon. The gun we want will be on a covered truck heading out along the Red River Highway.
The bombs are all ready, which means we can make our test tonight. I'll phone Manning to hijack that gun.
Manning talking. Yes, boss. They're right here.
What's up? Something important?
Mm-hmm. Yes? The Red River Highway. All right, I'll send the boys right out so they can find a suitable place to operate. Well, it's up to you two now.
What is?
The gun we've been waiting for is leaving the factory at 4 o'clock in a covered truck.
Good.
Where do we pick it up?
I'll show you.
Hey, Lowry, slow down. If them things are what they look like from here...
That's just what they are. This man's dead.
This fellow's alive.
They hijacked us. They got away with the anti-aircraft gun.
Anti-aircraft gun? Who did? Tell us, man.
We gotta get this man to the hospital.
Listen, as fast as we can make it. What about the other one? We take him to the morgue and notify the police.
Why, can you imagine running into a story like this?
Did you see Dr. Bedlow?
Yes. As I was driving toward his home, I saw Dr. Bedlow struggling with two men who were dragging him from his house. They threw him into a car and drove away.
Did you follow them?
Yes. They took him to that house on Fulton Road, the place where we had the trouble with that Mr. Foley.
Foley's house. And Dr. Bedlow's in the hands of the racketeers.
I am sure he is.
Let's get the Hornet outfit. We're going to call on Dr. Bedlow.
Why don't you sit down, Doc? That marathon ain't gonna get you any place.
Silence the motor. We're almost there. If I need help, I'll whistle.
You know, come to think of it, Doc, you and old man Weaver must have been pretty smart inventing that anti-aircraft bomb.
I wouldn't have had a thing to do with it if I thought for a minute it was going to fall in the hands of criminals.
Wait a minute, Bedlow. Who's a criminal?
You are. Keep your hands up.
The Green Hornet.
That's right. I am the Green Hornet.
What do you want?
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Doctor. Now, Dr. Bedlow, I came here to help you.
No, the Green Hornet never helped anybody. You're a master criminal.
You are the innocent victim of a dangerous plot that may involve our country.
Shall I tie these men up, sir?
Yes.
What is the meaning of this? What do you want with me?
I want the truth from you, Doctor.
Well, if it's about the bomb...
I know all about the bomb and your association with Weaver and the Grimbold steel plant. What I want to find out is, for whom are the Grimbold people making these bombs?
I don't know. I don't know a thing about it.
Tell the truth, Doctor. If you don't, it may cost the lives of many people.
I've told you the truth. I don't know. Nobody does, except Manning and the people he's working for. They're expecting a telephone call from Manning now, any moment. I didn't know what Weaver and I were letting ourselves in for.
I heard that when I came in. Keep an eye on the doctor. Hello.
DeLuca?
Yeah.
Now get this straight.
I'm leaving the mill right away to deliver the bombs.
Yeah.
Tonges will fly his plane to the field on Fulton Road, just south of Claremont, where he'll transfer to our other plane. Did you get that? Yeah. Leave Dolan to guard Bedlow. Then you get over to that field and watch Tonges' plane. He'll be leaving there within 20 minutes, so make it snappy.
Okay. We're leaving you here, Doctor. You'd better call the police to get these men and take you home safely. Come on.
you, Cato. We're too late?
Not yet. I'll follow that fellow with this other plane.
All right.
Gunner seems to know his business.
He oughta. He's a deserter from the artillery.
That's Tonjes now.
Here's the shell.
Don't forget, give him plenty of time to bail out and get in the clear.
I know. Don't fire right at the plane. We want that shell to explode about 500 yards above and behind it. I'll take care of that. There he is.
He's in the clear.
But there's another plane up there.
Yeah, but he's got no business being there.
Fire that gun before Tonjes' plane crashes.
Go ahead and shoot. The bomb got that other plane.
Hello, back again. That was The Green Hornet Strikes Again. The best known Kato is always going to be Bruce Lee at the time. That's what made him a star. He did do several TV shows, and I believe one movie he was part in. So The Green Hornet was the one that made him a star. It was so popular on the Asian market, it was called The Kato Show. Bruce Lee also came up with the idea of a Western with a Shaolin monk in it. That was later called Kung Fu. He wasn't given any credit for that, but he did come up with the idea. David Carradine was the one they hired to star in that. Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son, did play in the TV movie of the Kung Fu. So if you get a chance, check them out. They're not that bad a TV show. And now back to the Green Hornet Strikes Back. Thanks again.
on just now.
Yes, give him plenty of time to bail out and get in the clear.
I know. Don't fire right at the plane. We want that shell to explode about 500 yards above and behind it.
He's in the clear.
But there's another plane up there.
Yeah, but he's got no business being there.
Fire that gun before Torrance's plane crashes.
The bomb got that other plane. You stay here and guard that bomb. They'll never be able to identify the guy that flew that crate. That plane was 1,000 feet from the bomb when it exploded.
Every inch of it. Old Weaver's bomb was a greater success than we expected.
No wonder old Weaver was sore when the chief insisted that he take an extra bomb along in case the first one didn't work.
Yeah.
We'll have to get that extra bomb.
It must be over there where those flares are burning. The bomb must be there with that gun.
And only one man guarding it.
Grab that bomb. Smash the ignition on that truck so they can't get away with the gun.
Gives me the jitters to think the chief has already sold the bomb to a foreign country. But he'd have it tried out on me.
Good.
Green Hornet. They've got the bomb.
Now we're wasting lead. That Hornet's car is bulletproof.
This'll sure put us in a bad spot with the chief.
You ain't fooling.
Where are we going?
Home, where you're going to carefully analyze this bomb.
It should prove most interesting.
And after that, it will mysteriously find its way into the hands of the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
They will be much surprised to receive it.
They'll be more surprised when they read the note explaining its destructive force and the fact that it's being manufactured at the Grimbold Steel Company for a foreign government.
Men who are so disloyal to their own country deserve harsh treatment.
Don't worry. They'll get it.
The Green Hornet has cost us $1 million getting away with that bomb.
I can't see how.
We can make more bombs, can't we?
How can we? Weaver never gave us the secret formula for the magnetic force that makes it so effective.
Can't we put the pressure on him and his partner, Bedloe?
If we can find them. Frank's just reported that Bedloe and Weaver have both disappeared.
Not bad if I do say it myself.
Miss Frances Grayson, aluminum products heiress, who recently returned from Europe to take over her inheritance, is so impressed with the product they are manufacturing that she is having built with great secrecy a special aluminum sport plane for her personal use. At a cost of $300,000.
Holy crow.
Miss Grayson stated... So how'd you get this story, Lowry? I thought Miss Grayson didn't talk to reporters.
Oh, I have a way with me, Casey.
Sure, if you ask me.
Nobody's asking you.
Nevertheless, I'm telling you, I'll bet you get the story from the Grayson cook.
Good morning, all.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
Hey, come into the office, all of you. Lowry, I read your Grayson airplane story.
That's pretty swell work getting a story on that, Jane, eh, boss?
That was pretty good reporting, but Mr. North, the head of aluminum products, Miss Grayson's company, is a little worried about it.
Why is that?
Well, you see, Miss Grayson just returned from Europe. She doesn't know the town's full of racketeers. When they find out that she can spend that much money on what's practically a toy, they're going to consider her a pretty good prospect.
I hadn't thought of that.
And what did you think of my story of him hijacking that anti-aircraft gun?
Well, Michael, you covered that very well.
Anything special from me this morning, boss?
Yes, Lowry. I've heard a rumor that the FBI are starting an investigation at the Grimbold steel plant. Try to get a line on it.
That's a tough assignment, but I'm on my way.
Oh, Michael, just a minute. Case, Mr. North wanted me to call on Miss Grayson. Will you see if you can get an appointment for me today?
Yes, sir.
Michael, I want you to go out there with me. While I'm interviewing Miss Grayson, you have a look around outside.
You're expecting trouble there?
You never can tell. I've got to give Miss Grayson a little advice about these racketeers.
Did you see this morning's Sentinel, Chief?
I was just reading it. That story about Francis Grayson gave me an idea.
I thought it would. The syndicate needs a good one about now.
300,000 for a private airplane. If Grayson can throw our money away like that, our syndicate can put it to much better use.
And how? Maybe we can get back some of the dough the Green Hornet swindled us out of.
Yes, and I'm betting right now that the Green Hornet is also planning to cut into the Grayson money.
Well, we gotta beat him to it.
We can, if what I have in mind works out.
What is it, Chief?
I have a pretty complete plan to relieve Miss Grayson of a substantial sum. More or less painlessly, unless she's stubborn.
Her stubbornness shouldn't worry us.
First of all, after Dolan and DeLuca finish mapping out the Grayson grounds...
You mean they're already on their way?
They've been instructed to look the place over.
I gotta hand it to you, Chief. Once you get an idea, sure don't waste any time.
Find a gardener or chauffeur or somebody and get him into conversation.
Sure, and I'll talk his head off.
Miss Grayson is expecting me.
Oh, Miss Grayson is waiting in the library, Mr. Reed. Mr. Reed.
How do you do, Miss Grayson?
I'm glad to know you, Mr. Reed. Mr. North of Aluminum Products has a great deal of confidence in you. He was most anxious that I should meet you.
Mr. North is an old and valued friend of mine.
He seems greatly worried about the story that appeared in your paper about my new plane.
Yes, he told me about it. I want to apologize for running it.
Apologize?
Yes.
But I really can't see what harm it could do. True, I was having it built in secrecy, but
The danger is this, Miss Grayson. There's a vicious criminal syndicate operating in the city, and the fact that you are spending $300,000 on a plane for your private use might cause them to turn their attention to you.
Of course. I should have thought of that.
Well, I hope you escape their notice. But if any time anything unusual occurs, don't fail to call me. Any one of these numbers here will reach me night or day.
Well, thank you, Mr. Reed. And I'm sincerely grateful for your interest.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Miss Grayson. Did you talk with any of the servants?
I did that. I found a chauffeur back there I don't like the looks of at all.
All right, Michael, stick around. But be sure to call me at the office before 6.
I'll do that, sir.
I'll send the driver in with these and he can give us a signal.
Box of flowers for Miss Grayson. Sign here.
Come on. It's okay, let's go.
entrance to the basement around here somewhere. The butler down there, lock him up. Bordine, go outside and find the chauffeur and the gardener and take care of him. But no gunplay. Just tie him up and lock him in the garage.
Dolan, come with me. DeLuca, you better go inside.
Nobody in the library.
Take a look around upstairs.
Okay.
Marie! 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 Marie!
Just save your breath, lady.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Now, there's no cause for alarm, Miss Gracie.
Marie!
Coming, ma'am.
Take care of Marie.
Okay.
Now, just don't get excited and take it easy. Nothing's going to happen to you. No need to ring. You have a complete new staff of servants on hand ready to answer any callers.
Don't think you can frighten me. We still have police protection in this city.
Police? They won't do any good now, lady.
What is it you want? Money?
You guessed it, sister. Now let's get right down to business.
Now then, we'll make the first check for, say, $10,000. Then we'll take them in installments until we get what we want.
That's it. In a series. You see, it might not be so easy to cash the one check for the full amount.
And while we're cashing them, we're going to stay right here and help you take care of this house.
You'll get no checks out of me. I won't be blackmailed.
We have plenty of ways of making you change your mind, Miss Grace, so you better think it over.
Even if I did give you a check, my bank wouldn't pay out that amount of money without verifying with me by phone.
We thought of that, too. You see, when the bank telephones, the young lady we have here with us will tell the bank that it's all okay.
Look. Hey, lay off that gun.
Yeah, but it's that ex-cop, you know, Reed's bodyguard.
I know, but Tower said no shooting out here. Get his gun. We'll tie him up and hide him inside.
Has Axford phoned yet?
No, sir. Have not heard from him all afternoon.
Oh, that's funny. I told him to check with me before 6 o'clock. Something must have happened to him.
Yes, Mr. Axford is always very punctual.
I think I'll call Miss Grayson.
Hello? Yes, this is a Grayson residence. One moment, please. Britt Reed's on the phone. He insists on talking to Miss Grayson.
Tell him Miss Grayson will be here in a minute.
Please hold the wire, sir. Miss Grayson will be on the phone in a moment.
Thank you. Am I talking to Miss Grayson's butler?
No, sir. This is the second man. Here's Miss Grayson now, sir.
Oh, yes, Mr. Reed?
I'm sorry to trouble you, Miss Grayson, but I'm trying to check on Mr. Axford's whereabouts. Have you seen him around your place?
Oh, Mr. Axford left here about 4 o'clock. I'm sure of that because I heard him talking to the gardener about the flowers just a little while before then.
You're sure he was there at 4 then?
Oh, quite sure.
I see. Well, thank you very much, Miss Grayson.
Oh, it was no trouble at all, really. Goodbye. Oh, did I put it over?
You were all right.
Well, thank you.
Now go upstairs and take care of that dame.
Oh, all right.
She says Axford was there at 4. If he had been, he would have called me.
Yes, it is not like Axford to forget, Mr. Britt.
There's something wrong there, Cato.
Yes, Mr. Britt?
The woman I talked to was not Miss Grayson.
Perhaps the police should be notified.
No. If that gang has moved in and taken Axford and Miss Grayson prisoner, that's a job for the Green Hornet. lights and silence your motor. Then pull in among the trees near the bridge.
Whatever happens, stick to our plan.
Yes, Mr. Britt.
Hold it! Where do you think you're going?
I was right. He's one of the gang.
Then they have taken over the entire house, and our friends are prisoners.
Yes, undoubtedly. We'll have to get into the house without being seen. Our only chance is to surprise them. We don't know how many are inside. I'll look for Miss Grayson in Oxford. You call the police.
Where's their telephone?
There's one in the garage. I noticed the wire today.
Now sign the check. Very clever, Miss Grayson, but I'm not exactly dumb.
Why, what do you mean?
Make out another check and sign it as you did this canceled one, with your legal signature.
Don't sign that, Miss Grayson.
Green Hornet.
Keep your hands away from that gun. Miss Grayson, get behind him. Pull that gun out of his pocket. Now, toss it in the corner. Get out to my car. It's under the trees near the bridge.
Where do you think you're going?
Turn out the light, Miss Grayson, and run!
Thanks again for tuning back in. We'll be showing the rest of the chapters in a moment. As far as the Green Hornet on television, it was very popular, except it was only run for one season. So we don't have too many products that they produced as promos. They did come up with a gum set back in the 60s, which showed the Green Hornet and episodes of the television series. They also published a paperback, as well as a children's book for the show. So we'll be back to the Green Hornet Strikes Again. Thanks again.
his pocket. Now, toss it in the corner. Get out to my car. It's under the trees near the bridge.
Where do you think they're going?
Turn off the lights, Miss Grayson, and run!
Keep back in shadows, priest.
Smash through that back gate.
My job here is done, Miss Grayson. The police will protect you from now on.
How can I ever thank you?
As before, by forgetting that I was here and keeping your place protected with reliable guards.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, there's a man locked up in your closet.
Locked up?
Yes. Will you see that he's released?
Yes, I will.
The man in the closet. That would be Mr. Axford?
It not only would be, Cato, it is.
I know the Hornet was there. Face to face we were. And me with me hands and feet tied.
You've got the Green Hornet on the brain, Michael. I think he's beginning to get you.
Maybe you got something there. Golly, I dream about the Spalpeen. I'm telling you, Reed, if I didn't have the evidence in my own eyes, I wouldn't believe there was such a creature as the Green Hornet.
Well, why not, Michael?
He comes and goes like a spook. Bullets have no effect on him, and that car of his was made by nothing human.
Excuse me, boss. Emergency. Just got a call from the reporter on the police beat. There's a riot in a new building. Gunnigan wants me to take Oxford here and cover it.
Well, go to it.
My car's at the side door.
Take it easy, Oxford. I don't want to get smashed up.
Sure, I used to drive a patrol wagon.
Yeah, you keep driving like this, and they'll be hauling you off in one of them. Why did you learn to drive? Correspondence school?
I don't see.
Michael Axford. And whoever told you you could drive a car?
Now, hold your tongue, O'Sullivan. Sure, it's many a time you rode behind me in the old pie wagon.
Many's the time. Too many. 'Twas you that give me these gray hairs.
That's not what I heard gave 'em to you.
Well, what did you hear give 'em to me?
Whisht, man, have you no shame? Do you want me to tell the world?
Be off with you now. Before I run you in for impersonating a motorist. Impersonating? Get on with you now. Get on.
The building that was attacked today is not the only one that I've had trouble on.
Well, Mr. Evans, do you know of any reason why your building should have been singled out?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
I'm not a member of the International Builders Syndicate.
What does that have to do with it?
The syndicate gets most of its contracts by low bids, but it makes big profits by using inferior materials. Many of their buildings are public mints. They've had several serious accidents.
Well, there have been accidents in your buildings, too, haven't there?
Yes, but they were caused deliberately by the crooks, so that it wouldn't appear that the syndicate's buildings are the only ones poorly constructed.
Yes?
Axford and Lowry are back from that assignment. Axford says it's important that he see you.
Send him in.
All right. On your way, man of action.
Why don't you take all day?
Where's Lowry?
He's given the dope to the rewrite man. He'll be here in a minute. I wanted to...
Do you know Mr. Evans, the builder?
Oh, how do you
How do you do?
sir? I nearly got myself messed up just now trying to protect one of your buildings.
You saw damage being done?
Both to the building and to myself also.
Do you think the attack was deliberate?
Of course it was. One man was pouring water on bags of cement, and from the corner of my eye, I saw another one baiting on a hod hoist with a sledgehammer.
Were any of the men caught?
I caught one of them, but his gang rescued him. But I'd know them fellas again if ever I put my eye on them.
Private joke, or can you tell it?
You'd think that riot was a personal attack on Axford to hear him tell it.
He's inside dramatizing it to the boss right now. Go on in.
And with a little help, I'd have caught all the hoodlums single-handed.
Oh, Lowry. This is Mr. Evans, the builder. Lowry's one of our reporters here. Now, Mr. Evans, you claim that the syndicate is putting up defective buildings. Now, doesn't that imply dishonesty in the city inspector's office?
No, the building department isn't exactly dishonest, but it is very inefficient.
It indicates more than inefficiency when dangerous buildings are certified as safe.
This isn't for publication, but I think that several of the deputy inspectors are easily influenced, to put it mildly.
Can you name any particular inspectors?
I'd rather not.
Mr. Evans, the Sentinel is always ready to attack rackets when it has the proper ammunition. But it can't risk libel suits by publishing rumors and personal opinions.
But I know that everything that I claim is true.
Yes, but you can't prove it.
No, if I could have, I'd have gone to the district attorney instead of coming here.
Them thugs were after Recky's building, all right.
Granted, Michael, but give me facts, not rumors.
Well, didn't I see a man pouring water on cement and another with a sledge?
We'll print that and anything else you dig up that you can verify. I'll send Miss Case in on your way out.
That sounds like our execute. Come on, Mike.
You don't quit that.
Yes, Mr. Reed?
Case, I want you to get the name or names of all the city inspectors on those new buildings where the accidents have occurred recently. And concentrate on all those erected by the International Builder Syndicate.
Yes, sir.
It was a mistake to pull that raid in the daytime.
I knew it was risky, but I was sure it'd make Evans fall into line and join our International Builder Syndicate.
The raid was broken up too quickly. Hit it, Evans, again, but next time at night, as I advised you before.
Okay, Chief. But I'm betting our next raid on Evans will compel him to join our syndicate.
Oh, the International is a good graft. It may prove to be the richest of our many angles.
Oh, there were a couple of Sentinel reporters at the rumpus this morning. They almost caught one of our men.
We've got to stop this interference from the Sentinel. Tell the boys to turn the heat on that bunch again.
Here's the name of the city inspector you wanted.
Tenney, eh? I know the name. I think I know the man. Is Axford ready yet?
He'll be right up.
Goodbye, Case.
Goodbye.
Come on, Michael. It's always a thrill to see an edition go out. You know, Mike, a newspaper can do a lot of good.
It can that, sir.
Truck now. Get after it. I'll stay here and wait for the other car.
That was wrecking Evans' building this morning. What? Hey! Did he get away?
Yes, unfortunately.
Why do you suppose them roughnecks mobbed that truck?
Well, that's easy, because the Sentinel's been attacking the rackets.
Oh, yes.
Come on, let's go back and see what's happening.
Oh, boy, am I going to be stiff by the time I get home.
Everything under control?
Yes, thanks to your help, Mr. Reed.
Well, I was here too, you know. Until I took a Brody over that barrel.
Thanks for your help, officer. Too bad they all got away.
They were sure a bunch of slippery devils.
Say a word that.
Come on, Michael.
Yes.
You have been in an accident?
It was no accident. They did it on purpose.
It's nothing serious, Cato. Come on, help me get cleaned up. Cato, the Green Hornet's calling on a Mr. C. Smith tonight.
Reed. I couldn't find any record in my book of that crook we lost today, so I'm going down to headquarters to look over there, Rogues Gallery.
Better have dinner first.
Ah, sure, I'll neither eat nor sleep till I lay my hands on that spalpeen.
That's the spirit that makes ace reporters.
Yes,
Well, we messed up some Sentinel delivery trucks today.
We'll not only smash his trucks, but his buildings, too, if Reed doesn't mind his own business.
Reed and his bodyguard tried to get Smith.
It's fortunate for us he didn't. Smith's a good worker, but he might break under pressure. What about the Evans angle? We've got to keep right after him.
We're paying another of his jobs a visit tonight. The new commercial building on Market Street.
Your gas gun, sir.
Tonight, Cato, the Green Hornet calls on Mr. Smith. That must be Smith's house. I'll see if he's home.
Wait. There's a car coming out of the driveway.
Well, that's Smith. We'll follow him. This is a good place. Close in on him.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Green Hornet. You're right, Smith. What have you got on for tonight? Another wrecking job?
What do you mean? I was just going to
Stop
a meeting.
stalling. What building were you going to work on tonight?
Then I tell you.
Quit lying.
Hey, don't use that gun on me, please. I'll tell you. It's a new commercial building on Market Street.
Who's handling the job of wrecking it?
I don't know his name.
Lying will get you nowhere. Quick, who is he?
Danny, he handles all the jobs.
Does he work for the International Syndicate?
Yeah.
Who's the big boss?
I don't know. I take my orders from Danik.
Move over.
What are you going to do to me?
I'm going to turn you into the police.
They ain't got nothing on me.
You're wrong, Smith. They've got plenty on you. Find a telephone that I can use safely. We'll tell Oxford where to find Smith. Police headquarters? Is Mike Oxford there? No, I don't want to speak to him. Just tell him there's a man he wants to meet in a parked car in the 200 block on Pine Street.
Jim, look there. That's the Green Hornet. How do they expect us to catch a thing like that?
Good work. We've lost him.
Where to now, sir?
The new commercial building, to smash the building racket.
your share. Now duck out and lay low.
I sure will. Thank you, Mr. Danik.
Get going.
Wait a minute. Better go out the back way.
Who then? The Green Hornet.
Right, Danik.
How do you know me?
That doesn't matter. The fact remains that I do, and I know what you're up to.
What do you want?
I want you to go through this building with me.
What for?
Never mind what for. Get moving. Leave that light in there. Stop here.
What do you want?
You're connected with a criminal syndicate. Your job is to wreck buildings. I want the name of the man at the head of your organization.
Fat chance you stand to getting that, even if I knew it.
But you're going to... Who are those men?
I don't know.
Oh, yes, you do. Your expression betrayed you. Speak up.
Stuff easy. In with these. We've got to get out of here.
Why?
Those men are going to blow up this building.
I thought you said you didn't know them.
They work for me. We've got to get out of here.
This ought to bring Evans into the syndicate.
Yeah, he ought to be brought to his senses now.
Tamp that down.
We're not leaving this place until you tell me what I want to know.
I can't do that.
You've got to.
Come on out. Get to the car.
Don't call those men.
I tell you, we'll be killed if we don't get out of here.
Are you going to talk?
I don't know who the chief is.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not. You've got to believe me. I take my orders from a young-looking guy with gray hair, a scar on his face, calls himself Bourdin.
Board? All right. Let's go.
Hello, I'm reading The Green Hornet, The Case of the Disappearing Doctor. This is one of the books that was published during the Green Hornet TV show. They also did 3 comics by Gold Key Comics. They used the, let's say, promotion pictures for the front and the back of that. The stories weren't that great, but they were fun to read at the time. There are Batman 66, which is a comic book now, that teams up with the Green Hornet. So that might be worth watching. Just catching, if you can, in an old comic book store. You also find he teams up with Wonder Woman, and they're pretty good stories to watch and to read. So back to The Green Hornet Strikes Again. Thank you.
Handle that stuff easy. Handle it easy. We've got to get out of here.
Why?
Those men are going to blow up this building.
I thought you said you didn't know them.
They work for me. We've got to get out of here.
This ought to bring Evans into the syndicate.
Yeah, he ought to be brought to his senses now. Here, take that down.
We're not leaving this place until you tell me what I want to know.
I can't do that.
You've got to.
Come on out. Get to the car.
Don't call those men.
I tell you, we'll be killed if we don't get out of here.
Are you going to talk?
I don't know who's a chief.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not. You've got to believe me. I take my orders from a young-looking guy with gray hair, scar on his face, calls himself Bourdin.
Ford? All right, let's go.
Hornet.
All right. Head for home.
Acting upon the confession of Smith, the police raided the offices of the International Builders Syndicate, but found the offices deserted and all books and papers removed. What's this? Smith was captured by Mike Axford, Sentinel reporter, who claims he downed the racketeer. What do you mean, claims? Sure, the man fought like a demon.
Yeah? Well, Smith told me that the Green Hornet knocked him out. You found him and drug him over to the police station.
And would you be taking the word of a dirty crook against that of an upstanding citizen like myself?
Sure, and I would at that.
What?
Hello, folks. The boss in?
Hiya, Fulton.
What's the good news?
How's the Orwell doing?
Fine.
Mr. Reed will be glad to see you.
Well, I've got news for all of you. Come on along.
Well. You mean you got oil in that wildcat well of yours?
You really struck it, huh?
Hello, Reed. How are you?
Hello, Fulton. What's all the riot about? Can't a newspaper publisher have any privacy anymore?
Looks like we're in the money, boss.
Oh, really?
Well, anyway, we're drilling into the hard rock, and we should have a gusher any day now.
Uh-oh, wait a minute, Jack. Wait a minute. Even experts don't predict gushers.
That for your experts. I'm a wildcatter, and a wildcatter has a sixth sense for a gusher. Those $50 shares you folks chipped in to help me out on may be worth 10 or 20 times that amount.
Well, we're all millionaires, I can see that. What are we going to do with our ill-gotten gains?
Well, I'm going to buy a fur coat.
And I'm going to have me a car built that'll catch the Green Hornet the first time I lay me eyes on it.
Well, how about you, Lowry?
Well, when I put money into an Orwell, I just say, down the hatch and forget about it.
I just got a report from one of our men at Fulton's oil field. I guess we didn't make any mistake when we loaned him that 25 grand to buy up the acreage around his test well.
Get to the point.
The test well's coming in. They struck hard rock yesterday, and everything indicates that they've really got something out there.
Oh.
Kane speaking. Oh, yes, Chief. One moment. Get me John Fulton's note. That's right, Chief. Due today without grace. I've asked Fulton to come in.
All right. Be ready for trouble when Fulton discovers he's a little mixed in his dates. Are you sure the note will bear inspection?
Absolutely. I defy anybody to detect the alteration under a glass. Yeah, I've got 2 men here in case he starts anything. Goodbye.
Well, it's been a tough job to finance, Britt. And if it wasn't for you and a few more of my friends putting up the money for the equipment, I'm afraid I couldn't have made it.
Well, Fulton, how did you handle the option on the acreage surrounding the well?
By borrowing 25 grand on a short-term note.
I hope there's no slip-up.
Not a chance. My note still has 30 days to run, and long before that, I'll be rolling in money.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, Brett.
I hope you put it over.
I certainly will try.
Fulton's here.
Send him in.
Will you come in, Mr. Fulton?
Certainly will.
How are you, Fulton?
Fine. Heard you wanted to see me, Kane. What can I do for you?
How's that well coming along?
Great. Be flowing by tomorrow.
Good.
You made me pay pretty stiff interest in that money, Kane. But I don't begrudge it. The 100 acres I tied up is going to be worth $1 million.
That's fine. Did you bring the check with you?
Check? You don't have to worry about the check, Kane. Why, by the time your note is due, I'll be rolling in money.
By the time it's due, it was due today at noon.
Why, you're crazier than a hoot owl. That note still has 30 days to run.
Somebody's crazy, but I don't think it's me.
There must be some mistake. The note I signed was due on the 31st, not the 1st, as this one reads.
That's your signature, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Then don't welch. If your well failed to come in on time, that's your hard luck. Of course, if you wish to take the matter into court.
I don't have to bring the matter into court. I'm going to tear up that note and write you a new one with the right date. Now hand it over.
Give back. Barney, throw this crook out.
It's true, boss. The sheriff has attached Fulton's oil well, and the Kane outfit's taking it over.
Have you checked on Kane?
Yeah, that outfit operates just within the law. Kane claims that Fulton assaulted him when he tried to collect his note. He and his men threw Fulton out and... Fulton, what happened? Give us a story.
I'll give you the story. I'll get that Kane if it's the last thing I ever do, that dirty crook.
Now, wait a minute. Look, on your way, Lowry. This isn't for publication.
Boss,
Go on, go on.
Okay.
Sit down, Jack. There goes your fur coat, Casey. Down the hatch.
Crepe hanger.
The note I signed was due the 31st. Now the crooks have altered it to the 1st. Why,
Jack, if it's been altered, we'll show that when we get into court.
I'm not going into court. The job he did was perfect.
You mean you saw the note?
Yes, I did, and it read the 1st. Why, he's branded me a crook before you and all my friends. I'll get him if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, wait a minute, Jack.
Oh, let me go. I'll handle this my own
Oh,
way.
you're not going to.
Did you ring, Mr. Reed?
Yes. Yes, call the apartment and have Cato get the limousine down here right away.
Yes, sir.
And have him come in the alley entrance and keep the shades drawn.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Jack. But get this straight. Whatever dirty work there is in this deal, we know you're not responsible for. And your friends are behind you 100%.
Thanks, Brett. I'm sorry I lost my head. I only want you to know that I had been tricked.
I'm sure of it. There's a warrant out for you, and you're going to hide out in my apartment until I can clear this thing up for you.
Anything you say, Brett.
Cato is on his way.
Good. And get a hold of Axford and tell him that he and I are going to make a little call.
Yes, sir.
Britt Reed at the Sentinel's outside with another man.
What the devil is Reed after? Are Bonnie and Sam here?
Yeah.
All right, send Reed in. And tell the boys to stand by.
Okay. Will you come in, please?
How do you do, gentlemen?
How do you do, Mr. Kane?
Have a chair.
Thank you.
What can I do for you?
We'd like to know about John Fulton's oil well.
Your man Larry's been here, Mr. Reed. I told him all there was to tell. Fulton had a note come due, and...
We didn't come here for a story, Kane. It just so happens that Axford and I invested a small amount of money in Fulton's well. Since the company is unincorporated, we want to know where we stand.
And see here, Mr. Kane. I've known Johnny Fulton for 5 years, and an honester lad.
That's all, Michael. Now, about those shares, Kane.
Legally, Mr. Reed, you and the rest of the investors haven't a leg to stand on. However, we will no doubt be able to pay off the small stockholders up to the amount of their investments.
That's very generous.
We want to be fair, and no doubt it would be some expense if we were obliged to go to court.
But Reed, if the well turns out to be a gusher...
It hasn't, Michael. You're lucky to get your money back. Thanks very much for the information.
You're quite welcome.
Good day.
Good day, sir.
Where's Mr. Fulton?
He's asleep now, Mr. Britt.
Sleep, huh? How is he?
Not very good. Keeps muttering in his sleep about crooks and changing date on note.
Lock his door on the outside. The Green Hornet's going to have a look at that note. Don't close that safe, Kane.
The Green Hornet.
Right, Kane. The Green Hornet.
What do you want?
John Fulton's note for $25,000.
Fulton's note? I haven't it.
Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. I gave the note to Galt.
Who is Galt?
He's the new owner of the Fulton oil properties. I sold out to him, and he wanted the note to attach to his bill of sale in case the title was questioned.
Then you thought it might be questioned, huh? Where is Galt now?
He's out at the well.
Get him on the phone. Come on, come on.
I'm going to shoot this well the first thing in the morning. There'll be a truck here with explosives any time now.
Well, why shoot a well that's drilled a hard rock? It's dangerous, and besides...
I'll decide what's dangerous around here. All you have to do is to obey orders.
Hello?
Hello, Galt. This is Kane.
Have you got that note of John Fulton's with you, or did you record it?
I've got it right here in my pocket. Haven't had time to record it yet. Why? The boss said it was okay.
Well, we might want to have it around in case this matter goes to court. Keep it with you. That's all. Galt says the chief told him the note was okay. So you and Galt are part of the syndicate, huh? Now come across fast, Kane. Who's the chief?
I can't tell you that. They'd kill me.
Did you see Mr. Fulton's note, Mr. Britt?
Not yet, but I will before the night's over. Faster.
Here's your nitro cartridges. Where will you have them?
Right here on the platform.
Okay. Don't any of you fellas trip over that. It'll blow you from here to Mars. When do you start shoot the well?
Tomorrow morning, as soon as the crew get here.
Good luck to you.
Give me a screwdriver.
Well, I still think you better continue drilling.
You're not supposed to think.
continue to work for me, you'll have to obey orders without question.
Well, I only thought.
Never mind what you thought. Give me a flashlight.
Hey, Mr. Galt. Don't move, either of you.
The Green Hornet.
I knew there was something phony about this job.
There is. Galt, I want John Fulton's note that Kane endorsed over to you.
How do you know about that?
Perhaps you told me about it. Come on, hand it over, quick. And no tricks, Galt. Give me that. You on October 1st, eh? That was a clever job of altering the date.
You're crazy. No one altered that note.
Talk fast if you want to live. The date was the 31st when Fulton signed the note. Who changed the date? Quick.
Don't shoot. Kane used disappearing ink when he wrote the 3 and the date. It faded out a few hours later and left only the 1. That note's good in any court in the country.
It's no good to you, Hornet.
How about a little split?
I don't need a split. With what I know, I can force Fulton to pay me $50,000 for that note.
Huh, 50,000. We'll do that at NAP.
We? So you're a part of the crime syndicate, eh? Who's the boss of the outfit?
I don't belong to no outfit. I'm just a hired hand here.
Stop!
Hello, back again. That was Chapter 10 of The Green Hornet Strikes Again. Join us next week for Chapters 11 through 15. Hope you're enjoying these as much as I am. You also have a Superman cartoon coming after this. So we'll see you again next time. Thanks for tuning in to Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. Thank you again.
Up in the sky, look! It's a bird! It's a plane! It's Superman! Faster than a streak of lightning. More powerful than the pounding surf. Mightier than a roaring hurricane. This amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
could sleep for a racket like this.
But it's been going on every night since we've been interned. What is
suppose it could be?
Could be sabotage, I hope.
Me too. But who? Clark, do you suppose...
Yes, Lois?
Oh, nothing. Just a silly hunch that maybe Superman might be over here.
Quiet. Do not talk. Shanasta! This sabotage must stop at once. Konetawa!
Clark! It is Superman. I just saw him. Swell chance they've got of catching him.
Miss Lane.
This way, please. How does it feel to be home? Smile, please.
How about Clark Kent? Did he get away?
No. No, he's still over there. But don't worry. Superman promised to look after him.
plane!
Look! It's a bird!
It's a plane! It's Superman! Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to soar higher than any plane, this amazing stranger from the planet Krypton, the Man of Steel, Superman. Possessing remarkable physical strength, Superman fights a never-ending battle for truth and justice, disguised as a mild-mannered newspaper reporter, Clark Kent.
On this peaceful island crowned by the great volcano Mount Mauna Kea occurred the mightiest eruption that ever shook the earth, burying the beautiful city beneath it in molten lava and creating destructive tidal waves that raced around the world. For 300 years, this mighty volcano lay dormant. A new and more beautiful city sprang up at its base. But now, after centuries of inactivity, slight tremors are being felt. At the Bureau of Meteorology, a group of scientists watchfully check delicate instruments to determine the seriousness of this renewed activity. And I want you to send me some real stories. Now, here are your steamship tickets, and here are your press passes. You'll need these down there. Goodbye, good luck, and for Pete's sake, see if you two can work together for a change. Right, Chief.
So long.
That's funny. Say, Lois, do you have my press pass?
What makes you think I've got it?
Sorry, sir, but you'll have to get one down at headquarters.
Thanks. You go on ahead, Lois, and I'll join you later. Now, what did I do with that?
Poor Clark. Too bad he lost his pass.
And from all indications, we can expect things to start popping at any time. In order to save the city, we've decided to blast the higher rim of the crater, thereby diverting the flow of lava away from the city and into the ocean below.
Is the chief in? I'd like to see him about a press pass.
He'll be back shortly. Won't you have a seat?
Thanks. Wait here. Hello? Hello? Send up that car. Hello? 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 Miss Lane. This way! This looks like a job for Superman. How's the story coming, Lois?
Oh, fine, Clark. Too bad you weren't in on it.
Maybe I would have been if I hadn't lost my bat.